Hello, guys. We are live. We are going to be talking about the Liverpool versus Real Madrid match tonight. Of course, plenty to go through. Of course, the action from last night as well. There was some action last night in the Champions League, which we are going to talk about, of course. I mean, especially one team in particular. Um, a team that's lost 5 on the bounce, a team that's, um, well, last night, as you've seen what happened with them, I'm sure. Bear with me, I'm still just sorting out a few things here and then we can talk about everything. So, I think we're just about there. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, big games tonight, especially tonight. Massive game, for sure. So, we'll get on to tonight's game, of course, a huge game between Real Madrid and Liverpool. Of course, a very, very big game. There's no doubt about that. And of course, we do know that 100% Anfield would be a mental place tonight. It's going to be a mental place, of course. We look at the special Champions League nights we've had the last few years. Even Europa League nights against like Dortmund and things like this, these magical nights that we have, of course, they are unbelievable. And the atmosphere tonight, I'm presuming, is going to be absolutely electric. There's, without a shadow of a doubt, there'll be an electric atmosphere tonight. And yeah, I do think that we are more than capable of a result against Real Madrid, to be honest. I do think that. Of course, we look at how everything's panned out in the past between the two clubs. I think it shows, that we haven't had a decent result against Madrid for some time. We haven't, seen them sort of results come in. We haven't seen, the results that we would like, we would enjoy, but at the same time, it's bear with me, guys. At the same time, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's where are we going with this? No, we're all right. We're all right. Yeah. So as I was saying, guys, it's just one of them games, isn't it? When you look at the stats of the past few games between the two clubs, we haven't seen a positive result really for Liverpool, and of course we need to see that. We need to see a positive result. Let's look at the head-to-heads. The last time we played them, of course, 2023 in the Champions League. A painful loss. I remember that night. Karim Benzema and Thibaut Courtois was the best I've ever seen him, during that game. And I don't think I've seen him anywhere near that level. He's a great goalkeeper, but I've not seen him near that level that he performed that night. It was unbelievable. But you look at the lineup for that game. You look at the Madrid lineup. Of course, they had like Toni Kroos, they had Luka Modric and Benzema and Valverde, Vinicius, all them the players. The squad is rather changed a little. For us, we had a defensively very similar to now. But in midfield, of course, we had James Milner, Fabinho, Gakpo, which obviously is a lot worse than I feel we have now in midfield. I do feel we have a better midfield now for sure. Up front, we had Nunez on the left, Jota up front, and Salah on the right. Not the best game from Salah that night. We also had the likes of Carvalho, Chamberlain coming on, Elliott, Firmino, people like this. So I feel Liverpool have strengthened massively since the last game. Obviously, the previous game before that was that 5-2 defeat at Anfield. We wouldn't want to see a repeat of that. The last time we got anything against them was a draw in 2021 when we drew 0-0 against Madrid, and we were the better team, to be honest, by looking at the statistics. But our record against Real Madrid is not great. Even going back to 2014, of course, we did win 4-0 against them once upon a time at Anfield, which was phenomenal. Hopefully, that will happen again one day. Who knows? Who knows? It'd be fantastic if it did, but yeah, I feel we've got a. It is going to be a big game for us. There's no doubt about that. We look at the last 8 meetings between the two clubs. There's 1 draw and 7 wins for Madrid, none for Liverpool. So the record we have against them is not good. The lineups expected for the game. We've got Kelleher in goal, of course. Alisson is back in training for Liverpool, but not fit enough to start this game. We have Connor Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Robinson. In midfield, we have Gravenberch and McAllister. Maybe a double pivot going on. Salah, Szoboszlai, Diaz, and Cody Gakpo is the potential lineup. For Real Madrid, it looks like Mbappe on the left, Jude Bellingham and Arda Modric, Camavinga, Valverde, Mendy, Rudiger, Asensio, Vasquez, and then Courtois in goal. Generally, if I'm looking at the Madrid team, if I look at that side where Gula, Valverde, Vasquez is, you're probably aiming to attack that side. You know, Luis Diaz, he loves to run at players. That is something that he's well known for by now. He's, a phenomenal player. You know, he will drive at you. That is the thing for him. It is what he does, and I don't feel that there'll be anything else, other than that he'll do. I feel that he will drive at them for sure. He will drive at them for sure. There's no doubts about that. Bear with me, guys. There's a few hitches along the way here, but we're all good. But yeah, like I said, there's no... Okay. Right, finally. Sorry, guys. I will be with you in a minute. Oh, my days. Right, so should work, hopefully. Yeah, I think we're fine at the moment. Right, we're okay. Whoop. Right, so back to it. Like I said, we look at the potential lineup. The Madrid side, you would probably say down that right hand side, but down the Diaz side, you'd probably look to attack it. I'll be honest, because I don't think Modric will play dead centre, dead on the left. He'll have that midfield trio. I think Camavinga will maybe sit a lot more to that left side than Modric, to be honest with you. Modric probably moves into the middle. Valverde, of course, will probably rotate with Gula down that right-hand side, if that is going to be the case. Obviously, we know Vinny Jr. is out. If we look at the injuries of both clubs, we've got Alisson Becker, of course, expected back soon. Diego Jota is out till early December. Harvey Elliott is back by mid-December. Simicas is again mid-December. He's had an injury as well. And Federico Chiesa is expected back early December. He's back in training as well. As we look at Madrid, you've got Carvajal, of course. He's out for the whole season. Alaba, he's out until around January next year. Militao is out for the season. Tuchemene is back early December. Rodrigo's got a muscle injury but back in training, and Vinny Jr. is expected to be out till the middle of December. So I mean, we look at the situation. Of course, we know it's a big game. We've won 4 out of 4 so far. If we can make it 5 out of 5, we can return back top of the Champions League table ahead of Inter Milan and Barcelona, who both won big games last night. Again, we look at, for instance, Real Madrid. They're in 21st place. They've had a shocking campaign so far. 2 losses, 2 wins. I mean, if we look at their current form, they've had a couple of big games. I mean, you know, in the Champions League, since that 1-0 loss against Lille, they then won 3 on the bounce against Villarreal, Celta Vigo and Dortmund in the Champions League. They then played Barcelona, got beat 4-0. Lost against AC Milan 3-1. And the last 2 games, they won 4-0 against Osasuna and 3-0 away against Leganes. And of course, it's a different kettle of fish when you come into Anfield. So it'll be interesting to see, because they've got massive games left in the Champions League for them. I think Real Madrid have winnable games after Liverpool. They've got Atalanta. That will be a tough game away, though. Salzburg, I expect them to win that one. And then Brest, who have performed very well, actually, in the Champions League this year. As for Liverpool, of course, we've been winning games on and off all the time, it seems. And this is the biggest run of form, I think, they've got to have this season. This run of fixtures is huge. They've got Real Madrid, of course, at home against Manchester City, away against Newcastle, Everton and Girona. Of course, in the Champions League, after Madrid, it's Girona away, which won't be an easy game. Then go to January when they're at home against Lille, and then away against PSV Eindhoven, and hopefully by then in the automatics already. So like I said, we discussed the lineups, we've discussed everything else. Couple of big mentions, other games tonight. Aston Villa take on Juventus at Villa Park. Also, there was another big game, I'm sure. Well, maybe not so much. Monaco Benfica, PSV Shakhtar Donetsk. Not too many. To be honest, we go back to yesterday and look through the results from yesterday. Of course, Slovan Bratislava losing once again against AC Milan, 3 goals to 2. Rafael Leao came off the bench, had a really good game in that. Atletico Madrid winning 6-0 against Sparta Prague. Former Manchester City man Julian Alvarez scores twice. Correa as well. Brest lost 3 goals to 0 against Barcelona. Lewandowski with 2 goals, of course, taking him to over 100 Champions League goals. He does join Ronaldo and Messi as the only 3 that have hit 100 Champions League goals, although Haaland is around halfway there already. 5-0 Leverkusen win against Salzburg. Salzburg have been awful under Pep Lijnders. I'm glad he didn't become Liverpool manager. Bayern Munich 1-0 winners against PSG, and who got sent off? Dembele, wasn't it? Second yellow card. Inter Milan, of course, went top thanks to a Lukeba own goal, winning 1-0 against Leipzig. Arsenal won 5 goals to 1 against Sporting Lisbon. Atalanta was even better than Arsenal. They won 6-1 against Young Boys, and of course the one that, of course, Liverpool's next opponents is drawing 3-3 with Feyenoord, Arne Slot's former squad. Madness, 3-0 up, and they drew 3-3. But it's all gone wrong for Manchester City recently, and may long it continue at this moment. Let's see what happens. But yeah, guys, like I said, it's a big game tonight, and I think the atmosphere has to be there. Like, generally, the atmosphere has to be there. Liverpool have to be up it from the start. From the very, very start. They have to be up for it. I think they will be. I think the game against Southampton, that wasn't the best of games from Liverpool, to be honest. We didn't perform fantastic. yeah, we didn't perform fantastically well. Watching that game, it was. I generally didn't think we was going to win the game because the performance itself was just. It just seemed so slow, lethargic. And I was thinking if we start against Madrid or Manchester City or any bigger club in the way we started against Southampton, oh dear, then it'll be a bad result. I do generally think they have to come out the blocks very quick tonight. They can't allow Madrid to control the game early on. I think Madrid will aim to do that. I think in the first 15, 20 minutes, I think they'll try and slow the pace, quiet down the crowd, because obviously Anfield, I believe, will be right up there tonight. Definitely. There no doubts about that. And they'll try and compose the ball, compose themselves on the ball, sorry, and just control the game in the first 15, 20 minutes. But Liverpool can't allow, for me, they can't allow Real Madrid to do that. I think they've got to press or automatically, moving off straight away. The crowd will do their job, I'm sure. Anfield will definitely do their job tonight, 100%. I do think it's going to be around a 2-2 draw, though. I don't see us running away with it, to be really honest. I think we'll have moments in the game where we are a little bit poor, I think, which is kind of expected. Kind of expected, really. We know we have to go out and perform. We know we've got to try and win the game. It would be great if we can just continue the run of form we've been on. It would be phenomenal. But like I said, it's got to be a game in which we come out firing. There's no if buts or maybes on that. We have to. The Madrid side are going to be very, very good. You can't read too much into their form. They've been in poor form in moments, definitely. But generally, they are a good side. Generally, they do have big moments. They do have big moment players. So obviously, Vinny Jr. being out is a massive plus for us as a team. So yeah, we have to be on form. So I've just thought of something interesting. I think we'll do it on stream. Let's see. And I'm thinking we'll do a space on. Right, hold on. We'll do a space on Twitter and we'll get a few people in, hopefully. Let's start the space. We'll wait for some people to join in, hopefully. Ooh, bear with me, guys. We'll try and get some people in, hopefully. Hopefully we can do. Yeah, like I said, we'll try and get some people in on the space and hopefully have a chat about the game and see how it's going to cook. See what people's opinions are of the football match tonight. So hopefully we'll get some people in. Just bear with us and we'll try and get some in. Like I said, that Vinny Jr. Injury is massive for Real Madrid. Absolutely massive because, you know, he is someone that has caused us a lot of trouble in the past. You know, he always seems to cause us trouble in the past. But hopefully we can do something. I'm just waiting to see if people are going to join or no. I don't know if people are. I don't know if people will. I have no idea. So just bear with me. We've got a few people that normally come in. So I'm just waiting on them. Can we just say about Jamie Carragher, by the way? What the hell is going on there? He was calling the Mo Salah fanboys or something, he was saying online, which is just absolutely mental, by the way. Of course, Liverpool are going to be fanboys of Salah. They're going to support it, you know, support one of their greatest ever players, if not their greatest player right now. So why would people not? Bear with me, guys. Okay. Yeah. Just waiting to see if anybody's joining in. It doesn't look like it at the moment, so at the moment we'll just continue. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to tonight. I'm really looking forward to the game because I think it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game for sure. But I do think that we can win the game. Like, generally, I do think we can win the game. Hopefully we can. I'm trying to get a few people on call to come in. Bear with. Just don't seem to want to do it this morning. Nobody seems to be wanting to talk this morning. Yeah. So hopefully people talk, but we shall see in this moment. It's not looking likely, so we're just going to finish that there. Yeah, that doesn't seem to want to work. What's going on? Let's have a look. Don't know. Right. So we're just going to leave that bit there. It's not working, so. Yeah, like I said, big game tonight, of course. Massive team sheet. It has to be right. For us to really progress in this game, we need to win tonight. But no, generally, I think if Liverpool to get the draw, I think is a good result because, like I said, the record we have against Real Madrid is horrendous. It is horrendous. It's not fantastic. It's it's poor. In the last 8 games, 7 losses, 1 draw, not 1 win. I think the last win must have been, if I've done the calculations right, I think that last win must have been that 4-0 win when we had Torres, Gerrard, etc., etc. I'm sure that must have been the last win we had. Sorry, guys. Must have been the last win we had against them. Something like this. I can't think of another win, but yeah, I can't think of another win. So, but yeah, opinions, predictions for tonight. I do predict a 2-2. I do. I don't see I don't see both teams not scoring. I think there's going to be goals in this game for sure. I think Madrid defensively are a bit poorer than what they were. I think obviously Liverpool, we can be slow, sloppy at times, which I don't think Madrid will be. I don't think they'll be slow. I think they'll try and control the first 15, 20 minutes, like I said. Let's move on. Salah versus Kylian Mbappe. A lot of people are talking about this potential battle between these two sides. These two players, of course, Kylian Mbappe, considered world class. I think he's 25 now, isn't he? Almost 26, something like this. He hasn't won a Champions League title yet. So, yeah. Salah, of course, in his 30s now, coming into the last 6 months of his contract soon. That's another situation, another chat for another situation, another day. We'll just discuss them on the game now. Salah and Mbappe both score tonight. I'm pretty certain. Both score tonight, I think. I think Kylian Mbappe will enjoy a little bit of his night. I think Conor Bradley will. He wasn't brilliant against Southampton. It's a massive, massive test. We know Trent's probably going to be on the bench. Arne Slot has pretty made that clear that he's available, but he won't start. He might get some minutes, but in an ideal world. So Conor Bradley, if he's starting, it's a huge game for him, a huge challenge for him. To come up against one of the world's best in Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be a massive, massive challenge for him, for sure, definitely. Then we look at the other side. We look at Mo Salah. I think he'll be up against Mendy, if I figured it out right. Yeah, it is Mendy, isn't it? Mendy is fast. He's got pace to keep with Salah, but we've seen on many occasions, sometimes you have fast players, fast wing-backs, fast defenders, fast midfielders, whatever, and Salah will always tend to find a way. He's just that type of player. He ends up tucking into that left-hand side. He cuts inside, and he sometimes scores absolute beauties from that left foot of his, an absolute wand. He can assist. He can score goals. He could be the key for Liverpool to beat Real Madrid, the same as probably Mbappe could be the key for them to beat us. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be a great game, I'm sure. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this stream. It's been fantastic to talk about the game, and I will see you very soon. Hope to do more lives in the future for sure. But yeah, make sure you do subscribe, guys. Football content all the time. Let's get ready for the game. Liverpool, Real Madrid, Champions League, massive night at Anfield. See you soon.